One of the biggest Somali pirate attacks in recent years. 5 skiffs, 60 Somali pirates, 500-plus rounds in under 3 minutes. A U.S.-flagged cargo ship turns into a battlefield as the crew seals the citadel. Far off, a U.S. carrier spins up a rescue with an unexpected finish. What did the thermal camera footage catch hours later, and why did Somali rifles stop aiming at American ships? 0620, September 12, 2025, off the coast of Somalia, the sea turned into a killing ground. Then, the first shots split the dawn. The MV Redwood Star, a U.S.-flagged cargo ship loaded with high-tech industrial equipment worth nearly $275 million, was sailing through the dangerous waters near the Horn of Africa. There were 30 sailors on board, mostly Americans and Filipinos. A 55-year-old captain led them from Galveston, Texas. They all knew these waters were dangerous. Everyone had heard the stories of Somali pirates attacking quickly and disappearing into the mist with ships worth millions. But no one thought that they would have to face that fear that morning. But at 6:20, a single blip appears off the port bow. No name, no call sign. Closing fast. And then the radio cracks with one word no one on that ship ever wants to hear. Skiff. 5 small pirate boats appeared from the horizon, and they were cutting through the waves at almost 47 knots. Their engines roared like wild beasts. Around 60 armed pirates were on board, and they were carrying AK-47s, PK machine guns, and RPG launchers. They shouted like the ship was already theirs. They fired into the air, then aimed straight for the American vessel. In less than 3 minutes, more than 500 bullets tore through the deck of the Redwood Star. Sparks flew, metal screeched, and thick smoke filled the air. The crew panicked. Then the captain's voice boomed through the loudspeaker. He was ordering everyone to take defensive positions. The crew grabbed whatever weapons they could find: old rifles, shotguns, even tools. Bullets flew in every direction, striking winches and cutting ropes. Well, the deck turned into complete chaos. One sailor was hit in the shoulder and fell backward into a lifeboat cradle. Another ducked when the machine gun bullet smashed into the steel railing beside him. The sound was deafening, and the deck shook beneath their feet. The pirates came closer, and their small boats circled the cargo ship like hungry wolves. Skiffs wheeled around the freighter like wolves, firing for the bridge, the radars, anything that would blind the ship. Grapnels bit the paint. Ladders slapped the steel. The crew fired back, but they were outgunned and outpaced. "Fall back! Everyone to the citadel!" the captain shouted. The crew carried the injured and ran below deck, and they locked themselves inside the safe room. The citadel had thick steel walls, its own air supply, and a satellite radio for help. It was their only chance to stay alive until rescue arrived. The pirates climbed onto the deck above them and started shouting and firing into the air. They thought the ship was theirs. Some broke open doors while others laughed as they fired at random, hitting cargo boxes and steel gates. They believed that they would soon demand ransom and maybe even kill hostages to prove their power. But below deck, the captain grabbed the radio and sent out a coded message. "Mayday, this is the Redwood Star. We are under attack. Crew is safe, waiting for help." What the pirates didn't know was that payback was already coming. About 415 nautical miles away, the USS Independence was moving through the ocean, one of America's strongest aircraft carriers. The distress signal came in. Alarms rang across the command deck, and the admiral didn't waste a second. "Get the helicopters in the air," he ordered. "We move now." Within minutes, the flight deck was full of action. Helicopters started up, and their rotors spun loudly. Drones flew into the sky, locking onto the given coordinates. The first to take off was a Seahawk helicopter armed with twin machine guns. Behind it, 2 Apache gunships rose, followed by 4 Blackhawks carrying about 60 Navy SEALs and Marines. These men had trained their whole lives for moments like this. Yes, quick, dangerous, and exact. Inside the carrier's control room, operators watched the live drone footage. The infrared showed heat signals inside the citadel. 30 people were alive and were still holding on. But the pirates were getting closer to the hatch, hitting it hard and trying to break in. Every second was critical. The admiral leaned forward and said, "Activate all units. Let's bring them home." At 7:12 a.m., the first Seahawk helicopter appeared above the Redwood Star. This caught the pirates off guard. They looked up and froze. Their faces changed from confident to terrified. The gunner started firing. Pirates jumped for cover, shouting orders, but no one could hear them over the roar of the helicopter. Then the Apaches arrived. One pirate ran across the deck, trying to grab his RPG, but the 30mm cannon fired a quick burst, and he was thrown backward into a cloud of smoke. Another group tried to hide near the crane, but a missile hit them from above. Right after that, 4 Blackhawks came in, hovering over the chaos. Thick ropes dropped from the doors, Navy SEALs. They moved in perfect formation, and their rifles were ready. The pirates fired back from behind cargo boxes. SEALs were quicker and more precise. Every shot from their M4 rifles hit the target. In just a few minutes, the pirates started going down, one after another. The deck went quiet except for the sound of the helicopter blades spinning above. 14 pirates were dead, and the rest dropped their guns, kneeling with their hands on their heads. They started realizing the power of SEALs. Then SEALs commander spoke into his radio saying, "Deck secured. No casualties. Preparing to rescue the crew." The sailors waited in silence down below. Then they heard the sound of the hatch unlocking. When the door opened, they saw American soldiers standing there. "You're safe now," SEALs leader said. The crew felt a wave of relief. Yes, they had survived. But this story didn't end there. What came next changed everything. Again? On the USS Independence, the questioning started right away. The captured pirates looked scared, tired, and lost. But they started talking soon. They revealed where their main base was. It was a camp hidden about 28 miles inland, filled with fuel tanks, trucks, weapons, and around 50 men. The admiral didn't waste a second when ordering "Send the Reapers." 4 MQ-9 Reaper drones flew toward that spot. Each one carried Hellfire missiles and laser-guided bombs. When they reached the area, the satellite showed everything clearly, including the vehicles, tents, heat signals, and piles of hidden ammo. At 9:04 a.m., the first missile hit its target right in the middle of the biggest tent. The blast was huge, and it sent a fireball high into the sky. The whole camp was in chaos in seconds. Ammo started blowing up one after another. Trucks caught fire, and fuel tanks exploded. Thick, black smoke filled the air. One strike hit a pile of RPGs, and that caused a massive explosion that destroyed everything around it. Nothing was left of the pirate base by 10:12 a.m. It was just smoking craters and broken metal. Experts said more than 85% of the pirates' weapons and manpower were gone, and that too without a single American soldier stepping on land. Well, the whole mission took less than 10 minutes. The SEALs watched the live feed quietly on the USS Independence, and one of them said, "They'll think twice before touching another American ship." Panic spread fast along the Somali coast. Pirate gangs sent desperate radio messages to each other. In less than 24 hours, the coastline that used to be full of pirate smuggler boats went quiet. Satellite images showed empty docks, deserted coves, and no suspicious movement. Well, this was noticed by the shipping companies. The insurance rates fell, and captains reported calm waters and clear routes. The message from the United States was clear. Yes, attack our ships, and we will find you. No warnings, no second chances. With pirates killed and a trail of wreckage left behind, did the response go too far or not far enough? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.